Welcome back, and we are going to put some lighting into this structure, and we're just following along with the book on what it's telling us to do, and we're going to go into the second floor, and we're going to add in some lighting into this. Now, the lighting that they're wanting us to put in is going to be over here in where the acoustic ceiling tile is. And first thing we got to do, we're going to put a trofer light in. These are 2x4 parabolic lighting, 120 volts. So let me show you how to do that. So come over here to architecture, and you want to go into component and hit place component. Hit the drop down, hit place component. I'll go ahead and save my project. Anytime I can save my project, I'm better off. And I've already got mine loaded, but if you don't, go to load family over here. And I've already got it pulled up here as well, so I want to go back in and let you see what I see. US Imperial is where you probably will see when you open that up, and you just slide down to lighting, architectural, internal, and you've got all kinds of lighting that you can put in on your ceiling. Now, this one is taking that trofer light, and they just fit into those squares or rectangles, and they want a 2x4. So what you want to do is come in here, and the book shows that there's two of them, and you can see my ceiling tiles are not don't look that right. So you can actually work on that ceiling tile here, and I'll show you how to do it. Just click on this, hide your element, and you grab when you do that, you grab this and you can actually pull it a little bit. You see that? You can pull it and kind of get them pulled to where they look a little better for you. Okay? So that's a good way to doing it, and I'll reset my temporary hide. Now I can go in there and put my trofer light in. Again, it's place a component. And here it is. All I have to do now is just take and drop those in. There's one that goes right there. We'll do our best to get that dropped in right to where it needs to go. Come down here, and we'll drop us another one in. Then we'll drop one in right here. And once we get those in, we can adjust on them if we need to, but and you can see they're not exactly falling in. You can always modify in a line, like catch that line and catch that. And that's the best way to do it, is come in there and do that to each one of them. That way they're dead centered up and perfect in that. And again, just zoom in there tight, catch that, and catch that, catch that, and that. Do that for all of those and get those nice and lined up right where they need to be. I like that align tool. And that one was way off. So now we've got everything lined up there. We've got our lights in for that. And now they're wanting us to go into the basement. They want us to go into the basement, and we're going to put the same lighting in, architecture component. And when you're designing a house, you can put whatever lighting you want. There's all kinds of lights to choose from. And like this one, I can come in here and I'll just plop it in there, grab it, and do a rotate on it. Remember, it's 30-degree rotation on this. Should have been 30 degrees. Actually, let's rotate it back this way, 30 degrees. And rotate it around again. I'm just trying to find it where it fits in there just right. This time it should get it. Boom, there it is. If I'd have rotated it more, it'd been easier, but that's alright. Now just come in here and just find out where they're wanting you to put those at, and just do a move. And I'd catch that little corner right there, and I'd bring that in and just look and see where they're wanting this at. I'm not a big fan of this diagonal ceiling tile stuff here, but if that's what they want, that's what they'll get. I'll put that one right there. You can do a copy on it. Do a copy, and we can bring that up here. And what I didn't do, that's okay. We can do this a copy. You can catch that point. Then you can come right in here and get that set. And then you can copy all of those in. And I'm just trying to figure out a few things here. I want to bring that back in again. Something didn't look right about that. I guess it was. It's showing those little lines up in there anyway, so I think we're okay. I'll just back up to where we were. And again, you might have to adjust this just like I did that other one and try to get it according to how they got it and see if I can grab that whole thing there, that whole ceiling. Sometimes it's hard to, so you have to hide your element, and now you should be able to grab it. Now I think there's two different. There were two different ceilings in there. That's the reason this wasn't working out right for us. Okay, we're good now. I want to grab one of these and I'll turn it. I thought something looked really strange on that, but I'm going to rotate. I want to go 30, and I'm seeing it again. I think we're copying it whenever we're rotating it for some odd reason, but we've got it in there now. I did it that method. So we got that in there, and again, if you want to take and move anything to try to get it to look more like what we have there, you can just grab your little tiles here and just pull them, and that looks a little bit closer to what they had, and this one pulls up just a fuzz. Pull it back down a fuzz. So now reset that, and now you can go in there and put those in. And you might have had the same issue that I had just then. That's okay. Let's rotate this sucker around and get that in there. Rotate. We'll rotate it all the way around 120 degrees. That looks a little easier and better than the method I was using earlier, didn't it? Move, and I'll move it up into there. Trying to see, no, I actually need to move it over here. So I'm just going to use my alignment tool, catch that side there, catch that, and catch that side. Perfect. Do a copy, and that thing should be perfectly adjusted on there. Copy, catch that corner, come up, catch that. And I should have done, when I done copy, we'll catch that little corner down there and hit down here multiple, and you can do it multiple times. They're wanting you to skip 2 and then come down to here. Oh, my bad. Should be right there. We'll delete those out here in just a minute. And then skips up 2, skips up 2, skips up 2. Then comes down here, catches, and we'll catch that one. we're not exactly on how they've got theirs. We're close. And that one will not work because of how we're setting, but we'll put it in there for the time being and put that one in there, and I'll come up here and delete these off that we. So basically that's what they're wanting to do. And also they're wanting us to put some text in, so we come up to annotate, and this is how you do your text. Just go to text, and always remember when you're doing text, there's different sizes here. Now typically, I don't know what the book's saying, do a 1/4 inch outline text, and we do have a 1/4 inch. So we go ahead and hit that 1/4 inch and hit edit. And I want to duplicate this one, and I'll put a 1/4 inch outline text, just like that, and hit OK on that. The text, this 1/4 inch, is perfect. And use an Arial, and let's see what they're wanting us to use. They're wanting us Swiss 721, something like that. So you just have to hit this little guy right here, put S, see if I can find it. I've never used that certain text before. Here it is. 721 bold outline BT. That's it. Okay. So now when you do that, when you go into text, we're going to put in right here, it should say no ceiling tiles, and you can use these curved leaders like this and click and put cap lock, no ceiling tile. No ceiling typical. Now, and it's according to also, it's going to be according to our scale here. See this right now on 1/8 inch, it should be a 1/4 inch equals 1 foot. So you can change it right there. Doesn't that look a little better? And I don't think that's exactly the right font that they wanted us to use. So I can click on it, come back over here to edit and check it out. Bold. That's exactly what they're telling us to use, which I'm not a big fan of that. I'll use this one. Let's see what that looks like. That looks a little better. I'll go with that. And then you can take and just kind of do that. It's kind of how they've got. And then over here you can just do text. You don't just hit this one. You don't have any leaders, so just click on that and come over here and put not enter excavated. Alright. Now this one over here, it does have that look, what they want it, with the just like the highlight it, but I think we're good like that. I like it, and we'll go with that. So basically at this point, that's how you put your text in. I'm just looking back and seeing what if they wanted us to do this one 1/8 of an inch text. 3/32 Arial. So I click on that one, I'll change it to 3/32 Arial, and man, that is very small lettering. So we can go back there and change it. It might be, they might want us to use that 1/16 scale. So I'm just assuming a 1/4 inch equals 1 foot is standard in all drawings. So that's why I'm going to go back to the 1/4 inch equals 1 foot. And that's too small. I don't like that, so I'm going to go to 1/8 inch. Perfect. That looks great for me. So you guys get that in there and get that done, and we should be in good shape. And we're going into next week, we'll go into elevations. We're ready to start putting these things together and putting them on paper so that we can get ready to have a whole set plan. We're getting closer to the end of getting this house designed. So if you all have any questions, please let me know.